It's a normal, quiet morning on August 6th. Kigali is alive with its daily rhythm. At Remera, traffic builds as workers rush to avoid being late. Others wait patiently at bus stops for their rides, chatting or scrolling through their phones, whereas school buses weave through the neighborhoods, picking up children for another day of learning. In a cozy salon downtown, Bruce Melody sits relaxed, getting his hair styled for the much-anticipated concert he has scheduled at the Kigali Arena next weekend. Across town, Merci is busy coordinating invitations for comedians set to perform in his upcoming comedy show. Meanwhile, gospel artist Israel Mboni is far from the city, preparing for his Ekiambu concert in Kenya. At Kigali Pele Stadium, Rayan Sports players gear up for an away game against their fierce rivals, Kiyovu Sports, discussing strategies and focusing on fitness drills. In the city center, shops begin to open, filling the air with the scent of fresh bread and roasted coffee. At Nyabu Gogo bus station, the usual morning rush is in full swing, with passengers jostling to secure seats for their travels. Vendors shout their offers of snacks, water, and phone credit, while buses honk impatiently, eager to hit the road. The Rwandan armed forces remain on standby, as always, ensuring peace and security across the city. The 1st Division of the Rwanda Army Land Forces, the Rwanda Air Force, the Military Health Service, the Rwanda Reserve Force, and special units maintain a watchful presence, though none could anticipate the horror about to unfold. Elsewhere in the city, university students at the University of Kigali and the University of Rwanda discuss assignments over breakfast at Marangi Bidriogo, while tech startups in Kakiru gear up for another day of innovation. At Kimironko Market, traders arrange fresh produce, negotiating prices with early bird customers. The city's vibrant hum continues uninterrupted, unaware of the doom silently descending upon it. Life in Kigali carries on as usual, full of purpose, movement, and hope. No one knows that in less than an hour, the skyline will be irrevocably altered, the heartbeat of the city silenced in a single, catastrophic instant. At exactly 9:15 a.m., the rhythm of Kigali's bustling morning begins to falter. People stop in their tracks, staring upward. A tiny object is falling from the sky, almost imperceptible at first. Some think it might be a drone, others dismiss it as debris or a strange weather phenomenon. But this is no ordinary object. It is a 15-kiloton bomb, similar to the one dropped on Hiroshima decades ago, carrying uranium-235, one of the most destructive elements ever weaponized. Its purpose is devastation on an unimaginable scale. This bomb, dropped by a radar-evading B-2 stealth plane, goes unnoticed by Kigali's defenses. Rwanda does not have an advanced missile shield like the Iron Dome. No alarms are raised, no evacuation orders given. The city remains oblivious as the bomb approaches its target. At precisely 500 meters above the ground, near the height of the Kigali city tower, the bomb detonates in midair. This is deliberate. Airbursts maximize the radius of destruction. In the very first second after detonation, the city is blinded by a flash of light brighter than anything Kigali has ever seen. Visible from up to 80 kilometers away, meaning someone at Koyonza bus stand will see the light. This light is accompanied by a heat wave hotter than the surface of the sun. Anyone within a 1.5 kilometer radius of the blast is instantly incinerated. Approximately 45,000 people perish in this instant. The Kigali City Tower, the convention center, the bus station at Nyabu Gogo, all disappear in a blinding fireball. In Nyamirambo, just outside the immediate blast radius, people collapse as the heat sears their skin. Windows shatter as far as Kimironko, and glass shards fly like deadly missiles. The intensity of the explosion burns shadows of people onto walls, forever marking their final moments. Bruce Melody, still in the salon, is gone in an instant, while Merci, coordinating his comedy show, and thousands of others are obliterated. By 9:17 a.m., the shockwave hits. Traveling faster than the speed of sound, it demolishes buildings, flips cars, and sends debris hurtling through the air. Anyone within 2.5 kilometers who survived the initial heat wave is either crushed by collapsing buildings or fatally injured by flying debris. Entire neighborhoods, Remera, Kakiru, parts of Gisozi, are leveled. The death toll climbs to 75,000 as thousands are crushed under rubble or hit by projectiles. Within 5 minutes, fires erupt across the city. The intense heat ignites flammable materials, and the winds created by the blast merge individual fires into a massive firestorm. The flames consume everything in their path, suffocating survivors as they suck in oxygen. By this point, the death toll rises to 95,000, as many who escaped the initial destruction succumb to the raging inferno. The first hour, radiation and fallout. By 10 a.m., Kigali is unrecognizable. The air is thick with smoke and ash. Survivors wander the ruins. Many of them horribly burned, their skin peeling away from their bodies. Radiation sickness begins to take hold. Those closest to the blast zone experience nausea, vomiting, and severe burns from the invisible, deadly fallout. The death toll reaches 120,000 as more succumb to radiation poisoning and injuries. The winds carry radioactive particles far beyond the immediate blast area. Villages and towns outside Kigali, such as Kabuga and Kanom, begin to notice ash falling from the sky. Farmers working their fields unknowingly breathe in radioactive dust, sealing their fate in the weeks and months to come. As the sun sets over Kigali, the city lies in ruins. An estimated 140,000 people are dead. The Kigali Arena, once slated to host Bruce Melody's concert, is now a smoldering crater. At Nyabugogo, once the heart of Kigali's transport network, buses lie overturned and burned, their passengers unrecognizable. The hospitals, overwhelmed and destroyed, can do little to save the tens of thousands of injured. The Rwandan armed forces attempt to organize relief efforts, but the scale of the devastation is overwhelming. Communication lines are down, roads are blocked, and the fires continue to rage through the night. In the weeks and months that follow, the aftermath of the explosion is a humanitarian catastrophe. Radiation-induced illnesses, including leukemia and other cancers, begin to manifest among the survivors. Pregnant women miscarry at alarming rates, and children born in the fallout zone suffer from severe deformities. By the end of the first month, the death toll climbs to 160,000 as radiation sickness and untreated injuries claim thousands more lives. The psychological toll is equally devastating. Survivors, many of whom lost their entire families, struggle with profound grief and trauma. Kigali's vibrant culture and bustling streets are replaced by silence and despair. The city's economy, once a beacon of progress in East Africa, is shattered. Reconstruction efforts begin, but the scars are deep. Mass graves are dug to bury the dead, while entire neighborhoods remain uninhabitable due to radiation. The international community sends aid, but no amount of money or resources can erase the memories of that fateful day. A city's tragedy, a global lesson. Kigali's story, much like Hiroshima's, becomes a testament to the horrors of nuclear war. The destruction serves as a stark reminder of the immense responsibility nations bear in preventing such events. Kigali, like Hiroshima, rises again, but the weight of its tragedy lingers for generations, a cautionary tale for a world still grappling with the shadow of nuclear weapons. Thank God no nuclear weapon has yet touched African soil, which means chances are a nuclear war would not need to reach Africa, even though its consequences would inevitably affect the entire world. Any suggestions on what we can talk about in the next video? Write it in the comment. Subscribe to BWI Africa as we explore further impossible possibilities. Thumbs up. Ciao.